Hello, warriors! Happy Earth Day! Today is Wednesday, April 22nd. On this day in 1884, Thomas Stevens started his first bike trip around the world, which took him 2 years and 9 months to complete. Imagine that, riding a bike all around the world. Take a minute to research what kind of bike Thomas Stevens used to travel the world. We have two birthdays today. Happy birthday to Cameron and Asia. I hope you really enjoy this special day. Today is Earth Day, as I mentioned earlier. I will be speaking a bit more about Earth Day towards the end of the presentation, so stay tuned. Today's quote is from Walt Disney, who said, "If you can dream it, you can do it." You can take a couple of minutes to write about what that quote means to you. Today we are continuing our theme of self-care. We will be covering why it is important to get enough sleep, what are the benefits, what are the negative side effects of not getting enough sleep, and some tips for you to try if you have trouble sleeping. So let's get started. Our agenda for today includes 4 items. So number 1, we have health of the body, what your body does during sleep. Number 2, health of the mind, sleep's effects on the mind. Number 3, sleep deprivation. What are the negative effects of not getting enough sleep? And number 4, sleep tips. Tips on how to get more sleep. Number 1, health of the body. How does sleep benefit your body? Let's find out. So let's start off by with a quote from the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Association, which reads, "Sleep plays a vital role in good health and well-being throughout your life. Getting enough quality sleep at the right times can help protect your mental health, physical health, quality of life, and safety." So what happens to your body while you sleep? There are 4 things that I want to highlight today. Number 1, the brain creates new neural pathways, creating memories, lower stress, and will help with decision making, problem solving, and learning. So as you can see by this information, maybe you can start connecting the dots and realizing the importance of sleep as it relates to school. Secondly, digestion and weight. Your body digests and breaks down your dinner as you sleep and works to get rid of waste. Adequate sleep is also helpful in weight loss. You don't feel as hungry when you get enough sleep. Heart and vessels. Your heart rate decreases while you sleep, allowing time for heart tissue and blood vessels to be repaired, decreasing the risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, stroke, or diabetes. And lastly, repair and growth. While you sleep, your body repairs any damage done throughout the day and restores your energy levels. Sleep also triggers a hormone in children and teens that influences your bone and muscle growth. So out of the things that I just shared with you, what are some that you are surprised by? Is there anything that you already knew? Is there something that you learned? Is there something new? As always, you know that you can share your comments below this video on our counselor website. You can let us know what you think about this. Number 2, health of the mind. How does sleep benefit your thoughts and attitude? So how sleep helps the mind. So we have several examples. Focus increases alertness and ability to stay present. Stress lowers stress levels and helps you feel more in control. One thing that I do want to point out when it comes to stress is that, you might feel that only adults experience stress, but, kids your age experience stress too. And it's really important to learn how to be able to cope with stress. And as you're learning today, one of the, factors in stress is if you're sleeping or you're not sleeping well. Thirdly, problems increase your ability to problem solve and think outside the box. Number 4, emotions increase your ability to maintain control of your emotions and actions. And lastly, outlook. increases positivity, gratitude, feelings of well-being, and makes you more approachable. So these are examples of how sleep helps your mind. What do you think? Okay, moving on. So what happens when you don't get enough sleep? So what do you think happens? Do you think a lot of positives or a lot of negatives, or maybe in between, both good and bad? Let's take a look. So I'm going to play this video for you so you can hear more about what teenagers had to say about sleep deprivation. And then we'll discuss after.
And eager to graduate from high school, but Hannah Waters is struggling to cross the finish line. She likes school, especially music and art. Trouble is, on average, Hannah's only sleeping 3 to 4 hours a night.
I've talked with my doctor about it and my parents and stuff, and we're still trying to find ways for me to get enough sleep and what might work. I didn't really get any sleep last night, so this is me trying to stay awake now, actually.
The wheels on the bus roll bright and early. 7:35 a.m. she arrives at Smith Falls District Collegiate. Classes start at 8:10. As Hannah's day unfolds, it's not just learning that's difficult, it's staying awake.
I generally feel pretty sick when I don't get enough sleep, and I often get kind of shaky and nauseous. I feel really ashamed because I keep saying, well, I'll get this done countless times, and I don't, and I know why, but I'm not finding a way to fix it.
She's not alone. Teenagers' body clocks are naturally geared to stay up late, but many of Hannah's friends and peers get by on 6 hours of sleep or less.
I had problems with almost falling asleep in class. I'd be listening to what they read up on the board, and I just feel my head dip, and I'd shoot right back up. It was pretty bad.
Your brain isn't awake to understand everything, and then call on you, and you don't know the answer, and then kind of just freeze. Sometimes I don't even go. I will fake sick and I'll stay in bed all day. I don't function properly. I don't do anything in class. I fall asleep. I snap at people. It's not good.
Dr. Indra Narang, director of sleep medicine at the Hospital for Sick Children, sees all kinds of sleep-deprived children, from 2-year-olds to teenagers. Her patients usually suffer severe sleep disorders.
They're really alarming studies in that group.
But she sees a disturbing trend among teens, what she calls an epidemic of sleep deprivation.
It's not uncommon for me to see teenagers in my clinic who are telling me that on school nights they're going to bed at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. and getting up at 7 a.m. to go to school. And those groups of children are also at increased risk of cardiovascular disease, metabolic disease downstream, certainly depression, mood changes.
Okay, so female, and then grade 9, and then 8 in general. I feel anxious, worried, or stressed. B often.
That lack of sleep and the negative effects that it brings intrigued Quinn Atkinson and Lizzie Horsey. For this year's science fair, the grade 10 students decided to investigate why their classmates constantly complain of fatigue.
And we were like, what's going on? Why is everybody in our school so tired? We wanted to know if it was more of a bandwagon thing, everybody just oh, they're tired, I'm just going to say I'm tired. Or if they were genuinely actually tired and actually needed sleep, and if they were going to go home and actually take a nap, or if they were just saying they were. I have trouble falling asleep right away once I try to go to sleep. See, sometimes.
They designed a questionnaire, including a survey commonly used to detect sleeping disorders, and had students complete it anonymously.
That's so cool. I know. When the judges told me, can be haha, yeah.
They got over 300 responses, then prepared to present their findings.
That's cute. Yeah.
share their results with the judges.
The average of our sample size got 7.67 hours of sleep on a school night. It's kind of funny because some people got 3 hours and some people got 12, so it like kind of balanced out.
Among their findings, nearly 2/3 of their peers surveyed arrived to school sleep deprived. 32% reported excessive sleepiness, with a handful so lacking in sleep it could require medical intervention.
Now I feel like I need to sleep more because I'm scared. I know, I'm so scared of being sleep deprived.
Their small project mirrors national studies that say adolescents get less sleep than ever before. So what exactly is keeping many of these students from getting the sleep they need? Dr. Narang has been asking the same question.
When we asked these adolescents, what they were doing, it was social media played a big role in their sleep disturbance. So they have the phone in the room, it's vibrating at night, and they pick up the phone and they're responding to the text message. They will fall asleep again, of course, but if you do that multiple times a night, it really lends to a significant amount of sleep deprivation.
Okay, so technology, how much of that is that a problem in terms of trying to get to bed?
For me, it's quite a problem because I'll be on my phone and I have people texting me and messaging my phone and I'll look at it and then I'll be up on.
Indeed, most teens are well aware too much screen time sabotages their sleep.
I think tech has a huge part of like why students have trouble sleeping. It's kind of addicting. Yeah. My guy friends like stay up till like 3 playing video games or texting their other friends.
I do know some girls would probably do the same thing too, like be on their phones or whatever, like just kind of doing whatever.
Okay, so tech is an issue. What do you think about how that may impact you?
I've been seeing that my grades have been dropping a bit since I'm not getting enough sleep. My grades were at like between 90s and 100s. Now they're at 70s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, so the students know their grades are affected. They know they need more sleep, but what can they do about it?
You need to build in some relaxation time so your body can sleep. Like, you need to take care of yourself.
This wellness class is geared towards educating teens about sleep and empowering them to speak up about what might help.
Do you think that the school boards
Okay, so let's see. What are your thoughts about the video? Again, as I asked earlier, is there anything that surprised you? Or is there anything that you need more clarification on? What do you think? Okay, so to summarize, I want to talk about the positives and the negatives of sleep. The negatives focuses on limited sleep. So let's talk about the positives of sleep. So we have a couple of bullet points here. So I'm going to go through a few. So one of the positives is it helps you grow. As I mentioned earlier, when I talked about sleeping, you heal your body, you grow. And maybe you didn't know that happened, but yeah, definitely sleep helps you grow. You're able to better focus. You're able to better control your emotions. You can experience a better outlook on life. On the negative side, we have health risks. We have falling asleep in unsafe conditions. You might be so sleepy that you can fall asleep in a place that's not safe. That can definitely happen. You might experience trouble focusing, or you might be more irritable and easily angered. So next, we're going to talk about ideas of how you can take care of yourself by getting sleep. So what can you do? So if you know that you're not getting enough sleep, start thinking about the reasons why you're not getting enough sleep. So here are a couple of things to consider. So set a routine bedtime so your body adapts to getting tired around the same time every single night. Think about what is the room temperature of your room. Or is it too hot? Is it too cold? plan on what you need to do to change your environment so you can sleep. Is it too bright? Consider curtains or pinning up a sheet to block the light. I know personally I like my room to be dark. I feel like that helps me sleep better. So maybe you can try that out. Moving on to the other column, let's see. Do not eat big meals just before going to bed. Your body needs time to digest the food, which takes energy to do. So that will definitely keep you awake. So think of all those times that you ate a really heavy dinner, or you went, maybe you went to In-N-Out, you got yourself a double double, some fries, a shake and a soda, and you ate all of that at, 10:30, 11 at night, and then you try to go to sleep right away. That is really difficult. And just how it says here, it's because your body's trying to digest food, so it's difficult for you to fall asleep. And then let's see, if you take a nap during the day, don't let it go longer than 20 minutes. So why do you think that is? So, for example, if you take a nap during the day and it's 4 or 5 hours, by the time it gets to nighttime, you're not going to be able to go to sleep. It's going to be really difficult. So, take a look at these. You can pause the video and read more. These are just some things, like I said, to consider so you can have better sleep. So get more sleep on Earth Day. On Earth Day, people everywhere celebrate by turning off and unplugging their electronics for an hour to save energy and promote environmental awareness. So as I mentioned earlier, this is something that I wanted to talk about briefly. So today is Earth Day, and in order to celebrate Earth Day, what I'm encouraging you to do is to try to turn off or unplug something. So you can turn off your computer, you can turn off your phone, you can even be bold enough to unplug your Wi-Fi, which means you won't have any internet. If obviously if you only use Wi-Fi, if that's your only source of internet. Um, but imagine that, turning that off. Try it out, see how it feels. Um, Maybe you can encourage your family, your friends. Maybe you and one of your friends can make a deal to make this happen. And see, let us know how it went. Tell us what you turned off or what you unplugged. On the comment section below the video and our website, you can let us know how that went. So where is this done? It's worldwide. Who does it? Families, companies, schools, the media. When? So today, April 22nd, and from 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. And you know what? Since we're talking about sleep, how about try turning off your phone that time and then going to sleep at 9:30 and see if that made any difference in your sleep for tonight. And let us know. Ms. Lambert and myself always get really excited when we receive messages from you guys. So please make sure you're sharing your thoughts, what you did, any questions you have, let us know. But yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed this presentation. And any sections that I missed or that I only pointed out a few things from the slide, you can go back and look at them and make sure you're getting plenty of sleep. Have a great day, you guys. Bye.